guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new writing vlog. So today is actually Sunday. I think this will be the fourth vlog. I'm currently writing the rough draft to the sequel of my book Project C. I'll have the playlist with all of the previous vlogs in this series linked down below. I think I left off on that one on a Wednesday. And the reason why I'm starting this one on a Sunday so much later is because I took a couple of days off of writing. By the time this video goes up, I guess I will have already posted the announcement video that my book, The Anti-Virginity Pact, is coming out this year. So now I can tell you the reason why I wasn't writing is because I spent a couple of days just like working on so much stuff for that and getting ready for the release. So if you missed it, I'm gonna have to start like annoyingly plugging this book in every single video now. I have a book coming out in June. It's called The Anti-Virginity Pact. You can add it on Goodreads. You can pre-order it. I'll have all the links down below. Anyways, I did write a little bit yesterday. I wrote 1,108 words yesterday. And then so far today I've written 634 words. So in the previous vlog, we left off at 29,689 words. And now we're at 31,431. I've been averaging 10 to 13,000 words per week. So by the end of this vlog, it would be great if I could hit 40,000. I think the rough draft of the first book was about 80,000 words. And I'm assuming this rough draft will be around there. So then we'll be halfway, which would be awesome because you guys know next month in 2 days, April is Camp NaNoWriMo, and I was planning to participate in my way. I'm gonna keep writing this, and it would be awesome if I could finish this draft by the end of April, which I feel like I'm pretty like on schedule for that. I might need to start writing a little bit more. It's not even that I need to write a little bit more every single day, because I've been writing like a lot every day. I've just taken quite a few days off so far. So I think if I get into a more consistent pattern of writing every single day for the next month, I will be able to finish this. I actually have done a lot of work today. It's mostly just been a planning day. I'm currently writing chapter 16. I'm in part 2 right now. And I had outlined pretty much all of part 1 pretty well, and I knew how part 2 was going to start, and I know how the book is gonna end, but everything from now to the end, I had no freaking clue what was gonna happen. So this morning, I've really just been trying to get my feet under myself and get ready for the next couple of chapters, because this whole part of the book, I'm going to be pantsing more so than the first part. So I'm writing chapter 16, and this morning I finished outlining through chapter 20. So that should keep me going for at least the next couple of days. Like I said, I've written 634 words. My goal is to write at least 1,000 words every single day. So that's like 400 more words today. I can definitely do that. I'm not worried about it. It's still going well. I've definitely lost a little bit of momentum. I feel like around 30K is usually when that happens for me, but we're just gonna keep a positive attitude and keep on keeping on. So it's now a little after 7 at night, and I'm gonna call it our final word count for today is 31,873. So I wrote 1,076 words today, which is over my minimum word count for the day, so I'm happy with it. I'm working like early in the morning tomorrow, so I'll have like the whole afternoon to work on this and night to work on this. So hopefully we'll have a better writing day tomorrow. This one wasn't bad. Like, I'm happy with what I wrote. I'm just not super in the mood to write, and I was literally like updating my word count on my tracker like every 100 words to wait till I got to 1,000 words. So it was just kind of slow and painful today, but I'm happy with what I came up with, and I'm glad that I made at least some progress today. Hey guys, I'm actually not sure when I last updated this vlog. Today's Thursday. I haven't been writing super consistently. I wrote a little bit since the last update, I'm pretty sure, like less than 1,000 words. I've just been like really anxious and stressed out and tired lately, and I just have a really hard time writing or doing any kind of creative work when I'm in this kind of headspace. So I decided to give myself a couple of days off. But today is April 2nd, and April is Camp NaNoWriMo. I haven't written anything yet, technically, in the month of April. So it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I thought I would sit down and just try to like really get into it today and maybe get some good momentum going, or at the very least just get like 1,000 words on the page today. So maybe I'll put like a timer on my Forest app or something. And it's not like I don't know what's gonna happen. I think I told you in my last update I outlined through chapter 20, and I'm about to start chapter 17. Oh, and yeah, 17 is the one that I outlined actually with like the most details, so I'm definitely ready to go. So hopefully we can make some progress today. My starting word count, I'm at 32,486. I hate the 30,000s. I just feel like that's the part of a manuscript that I always start to lose steam, and I always just like hate writing the most. I'd be curious, what's your least favorite part of a book to write? Like, around when do you start to lose steam, or you start to lose enthusiasm, where you just struggle the most? The 30,000s, for whatever reason, is always a struggle for me. Update, I made some sweet potato fries and I wrote 1,433 words. So I'm really happy with that, just considering how much I've been struggling to write lately. So I might write some more later tonight, but for now we're gonna call it and take a break. I'm glad that made me feel better. Whenever I go several days without writing or making any progress, I start to get a little antsy. Good morning. Hello, today's Friday. I've been up since like 6 because I thought I was gonna have to go nanny today, and then I got a text saying I don't have to come this morning. So now it's about 9. I've been editing some videos and I started to get some writing done. I think I've written like 200 words. Like I just finished the chapter that I didn't finish yesterday. So right now we're at 34,035 words. We've moved on to chapter 18. I don't know what it is about this chunk of chapters. I don't want to write it. I'm not in the mood. I'm not excited. But you can never just write when you're excited or when you're motivated or when you're like inspired, obviously. If you've ever written a book, you know that. So this is just the part where I know I have to force myself to push through. And then hopefully once I get through like 1 or 2 of these chapters, then I will get back into it and excited about it again. This just always happens when I'm writing a book. There's always just these little dry spells where I'm just like, oh my god, I don't want to do this anymore. So I'm struggling a little bit. I'd love to hit 35,000 today. I'm struggling right now to write at the kitchen table, so I think maybe I need a change of scenery. We're gonna go into my office and I'm gonna set a timer and we're gonna do a writing sprint. Okay, let's start small, nothing crazy, just kind of warm up. We're gonna do 10 minutes and just see how many words I can get written there, and then we'll go from there. I don't know why I just haven't been sitting in my office a lot lately. I've been setting up on the kitchen table like every day. Now that I'm in here, I'm like, huh, I kind of miss it in here. I think the problem is this time of year, my desk is right next to this window, and in the mornings the light, it's not sunny today, it snowed yesterday, but when it's like a really sunny day, the light just comes in like really harshly right in my face, so I haven't been sitting at my desk. Anyway, 10 minutes. I always get questions about this. I use the app Forest. Let's see how many words we can add. Your tree has grown. That was great. Actually, I got into some really good momentum like right away there. So I feel like I'm ready to jump straight into another one. I don't even need a break. Let's see how much we wrote. Oh my gosh, pretty good. In 10 minutes, I wrote 498 words. I'm curious, do you guys do writing sprints? How much can you typically write in 10 minutes? I feel like 500 words is pretty solid. This is why I do like short writing sprints though, because I can't do that for an hour. So if I wrote for like a whole hour, it wouldn't be, what's 500 times 6? 3,000 words. Like I wouldn't write that much in an hour, but in short bursts I can get a good chunk out. It doesn't hurt that this scene has my 2 favorite characters in it and they're getting some like banter and stuff. Scenes with these 2 characters and this kind of situation is my favorite to write with this book, so this was a good chapter to get started with. So yeah, I think we'll just jump into another 10-minute sprint. I like 10 minutes. I know some people like longer sprints, but like 20 minutes, I like the short ones. The short ones work well for me. Sometimes I'll do like 15 minutes. I feel like 20 minutes is the longest one that I'll do. It's a fine line between, I don't want it to feel so long that I start to drag towards the end, but I also don't want it to stop in the middle of my momentum and disrupt that, you know? See Dean back there? Just hanging out. Max is in here too, actually. She's just down there. But anyway, I wrote a little bit more. I added 223 words. I didn't do a sprint. I just wanted to finish off the scene I was doing. So now let's do another 10-minute sprint and see how much we can add. I think I'm gonna get less words on this one just because the beginning was just kind of setting the scene, and now, like I've told you, I'm kind of pantsing this part of the book, so I don't really know where I'm going with this. I don't really know what's gonna happen, so that might slow me down, or maybe I'll come up with something fun and we'll just get on a roll again. This is why I find pantsing both infuriating and thrilling, because sometimes it's really fun and then sometimes I just sit here and I stare at my computer and I'm just like, I don't know. So let's make a different tree this time. Let's do this guy. 10 minutes. Hooray, you've planted one healthy tree. Let's see how many words we wrote this time. Microsoft Word froze for a little bit in there, so I lost like a minute while it figured itself out. But I wrote 485, almost exactly what I wrote last time. That means so far today I've written 1,463. Because I took a couple of days off, I am a little bit behind schedule just for like the timeline that I set up, which was just an estimate anyways, but I'm almost caught up now. My target progress for today is 35,644 and I'm at 35,289. So if I write 400 more words today, I will be back on track. Okay, so I'm really happy with that progress. My computer is at 14% battery. My charger's not in here, so I'm gonna go plug it in. And it's also past 10 o'clock now, and I'm having a hard time with like this whole self-isolation thing and staying active, because you guys know I'm like a super active person. It's like 20 degrees and snowing outside, so I can't even go for a walk. Can't go to the gym. My condo is small, and it's not even just like the workout aspect, because I'm still working out just like at home every single day. It's just like the active calories you burn throughout the day, just like walking around and doing stuff. So obviously not moving around is not good for my physical health, but also just like for my mental health. So I'm trying to like every certain amount of time get up and move around for a certain amount of time in addition to doing my workout every day. So been sitting for a long time writing, so I just want to like get up and move around for like 10 or 20 minutes just to like get my blood moving. I'm still feeling pretty good, so then we'll probably do at least one more writing sprint later today. So I got an idea. I actually just set a timer on my set for 10 minutes and just forced myself to move around for 10 minutes. And that's what gave me the idea. Got nothing else to do today except for write and be productive, except for teaching tonight. Why don't we see how much we can possibly get done today? And I'm gonna alternate to make myself feel better, because all I wanna do right now is go on a treadmill and like sprint and just run, and I can't. It's driving me nuts. I have all this pent up energy. So we're gonna alternate. We're gonna do 10 minutes of a writing sprint, and then 10 minutes of movement or exercise or just moving around, and then 10 minutes of writing and 10 minutes of movement until I get tired of doing that. So I just got my 10 minutes of movement in. Let's go back and do 10 minutes of writing. The great thing about this part of my kitchen counter is it's like the perfect height for like a standing desk. So I plug my laptop in here all the time and use it as a standing desk. So we're gonna do the next 10-minute sprint right here. Let's see. I've been good. Like the first 2 times I've gotten the same word count, which was like just under 500 words. Let's see if we can keep that up. Sprint done. I planted this little coral looking thing this time. I actually kept writing for like a few seconds after the sprint because I was in the middle of a paragraph. I ended up writing 579 words. So we're pretty on par, about 500 words each time. So I'm now at 35,000, almost 900. So I'm definitely on track now, which is great. I'm still in the same chapter. That's one thing I know about my rough drafts is I'm totally an underwriter with my rough drafts, and my scenes I kind of just like get in, get out, get like the main point, and then I have to go out and flesh them out later. I'm just kind of like a speedy get through it, get to the next part kind of writer. So I'm trying to be mindful of that and do less of that when I can, so I make less work for myself when I go back. So this scene I've been pretty good about like actually fully fleshing it out. So we've written over 2,000 words so far today. Now I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes and go do some movement. I've been really into doing bar and like Pilates kind of stuff, but I'm kind of craving some cardio, so maybe I'll do like 10 minutes of high intensity like HIIT just to get my heart rate up. Okay, I'm a little out of breath and sweaty. I just did 10 minutes of HIIT. So I just did 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and I did a different move every time to keep it interesting, and it was good. I feel good. So now let's do 10 more minutes of writing. So this time, let's go back to planting this cute little guy.
Tell me what to do. Show me how to feel. Under your control. Everything is real. So hit me.
Okay, I just finished another sprint. Actually, it's still going. I ended about 2 minutes early because I got to the end of a chapter. So for this one, I got 444 words, and I finished chapter 18. Oh, and I didn't even realize it. I passed 36,000, so now we're at 36,312. So that means I've written 2,486 words so far today. So now we're gonna do another active 10 minutes. I don't know what I'm gonna do for this one. Maybe I could lift some weights, I could do some Pilates. We'll see. So I just finished another 10 minutes. I added the headband because I was getting a little sweaty. And I was listening to the playlist for this book while I was working out. Actually the playlist for the first book, but this series. It's getting close to noon, so I think I'm gonna take a break and eat lunch, and then we will jump back in with another writing sprint. But I'm enjoying doing this. This is fun. I'm getting my writing done and I'm getting some exercise today. Okay, so I just finished with lunch and I'm getting ready to do another writing sprint. We're starting chapter 19, so I'm kind of trying to get myself ready to start a new chapter. So I'm doing a little bit of planning and thinking before I get started because I know what's going to happen in this chapter, but I'm not exactly sure how it's going to happen or like the timeline. I just have a couple of other things I need to figure out before I just sit down and start writing. And then obviously, because I just ate, I don't want to jump into another 10-minute workout thing. I want to let myself digest. So we're just gonna sit here for a little bit. All right, we're gonna go for it. Maybe I'll get stuck after like 200 words, but 10 minutes.
Missing someone with all your arms.
Okay, I just finished another sprint, and Dean, poor little guy, is not happy. I got interrupted a few times because I was sitting over here, and he does this thing where he like puts his paw up on the chair and he'll just tap you when he wants some attention. So I put it in for a bit and then went back to writing, and then he climbed up on this couch behind me and put his paws on the back and started tapping my back. He was really wanting some attention and he felt ignored. I'm sorry. But let's see how much we wrote with this sprint. I don't think it's as much as the last couple of times. Oh, it's exactly the same as the last couple of times. 486 words. I wrote a paragraph before I started the sprint, so in total I added 556 words. Apparently I have a very consistent writing speed. So now we've written over 3,000 words for today. So I think I'm gonna sit here for another 20 or 30 minutes, let my food digest before we do another movement kind of sprint. So I'm gonna give myself just like a break and go on YouTube and hang out. It's 12:15, so I guess at 12:45 I'll do another exercise sprint. I just filmed that entire clip without my microphone on. I always do this. Basically, I showed you the cats and they were being cute. Dean's down here now. It's 12:45, so I'm about to do another like movement sprint. Max is in here. Hey, pretty girl. I think I'm just gonna do HIIT again and then we'll get back to writing. Okay, I got a little carried away with that workout sprint. I ended up going for 20 minutes. I was feeling good and I just wanted to keep going. I just did HIIT again. So now we're gonna do 10 minutes of writing. So I guess we'll plant this kind again.
Close till I get up.
Okay, ending the sprint. It's actually still going, but I made it to the end of a scene and just added a scene break. So let's see how much we wrote this time. So we added 420 words that time, but we passed 37,000. We've now written 3,500 words for the day. So for this like active sprint, I feel like I've gotten a lot of like actual exercise in. I think now I'm just gonna kind of walk around, maybe do some stretching, and then we'll do another writing sprint. So we're back at the kitchen table. I ended up just jumping in the shower after my last like exercise sprint. So it's currently 1:45. I think the reason why I've been sitting in here so much is because I like it. It has more natural light in here from the big sliding doors behind you, and my office has a big window on the side, but then the side that I'm facing is really dark. I don't know. I'm a big fan of natural light. Let's start another writing sprint. If you stayed caught up on these vlogs, I was talking about this in a previous one, I can't remember which one it was, where there was one chapter where like I put my character in a situation where I didn't know how to get her out of it, so I spent like a whole day just brainstorming and I didn't actually write anything, and I had like 10 pages in here of brainstorming. And I'm kind of in a similar situation where I know what the outcome is going to be, but I don't know like how they're going to do this. So we're gonna start a sprint. We'll see if I come up with it in the moment, but I'm thinking I might actually get stuck in this section and not make as much progress, but we're gonna try. Let's do the little coral plant again. Okay, so for this sprint, I wrote 528 words, which means I've written 4,000 words today, and we're less than 200 words shy of 38,000. Now I'm like, I want to keep pushing myself. Can I reach 40K? Just get out of these god-awful 30,000s? Dean is just over it. To put it another way, I've written over 16 pages today. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a little more brainstorming before we jump into the next sprint. And now instead of doing like exercise sprints, I think I might do like housekeeping sprints and like put in an audiobook and like do my laundry, vacuum and stuff, because I need to get that stuff done today as well. Okay, we're gonna do another sprint. Let's make a tree.
There should be two people more cooler than you and me, but I'm too inclined to think so. There comes a time when every man needs to step up and fight. At least it says that on my tattoo. It's a last summer, so get out while you
We added 531 words. I'm now at 38,396. I'm not gonna lie, I'm losing a bit of steam now. But every time I tell myself, you know, I'll take a break and then I'll come back to this, I don't. I have good momentum going right now, but I'm starting to get a headache and I'm feeling tired, but I'm still like churning out over 500 words with every sprint. Like, it's still being productive. So now we've written 4,570 words today and it's 2:30. So I guess we'll take a little break and we'll see if I end up coming back to this to work on this some more today. This is nice though. You have stayed focused for 130 minutes today. Longer than that because I've been working outside of the sprints as well. Even if I don't come back to this later, we still made so much progress today, so I am really happy with that. And we're almost out of the 30,000s. We're like 1,600 words away from 40,000, so that's very exciting. That was my goal for the end of this week too, and it's only Friday, so I'm very happy with that. Okay, so I took a short little break and just kind of hung out on the couch with the cats. It's now about 4 o'clock. We're gonna do another writing sprint. I think after this one, if I get my usual 500 words, I'll have written 5,000 words today, so I'll be really happy with that. But I guess we'll see. Okay, I finished the sprint. I actually wrote for like an extra minute afterwards because I was at the end of the chapter and I just wanted to finish it. So I wrote 642 words and I just finished chapter 19, which means our current word count is 39,038. We are less than 1,000 words away from 40,000 and I have written 5,212 words today. And I still like feel okay. Like, I feel like I could keep going and it's only 4:15, but also chapter 20, the next one, is the last one that I outlined. But filling in these chapters has helped a lot. Like, I feel like I'll be able to just keep pantsing it without having to stop to outline the next couple. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. It's only 4 o'clock. It feels a lot later than that because I got started so early today and I've been working on this literally all day. But I keep forgetting I am teaching classes tonight, so I don't want to like burn myself out on this. So I might do sprints later, but I think we're gonna call it a day. And I pulled out some hummus and carrots. And I think I'm gonna go watch a movie on the couch with my cats until I have to teach. Also, it's one thing to hear it in word count, but I wrote 22 pages today. Like, that's insane. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm just gonna refill my coffee and we're gonna go sit at the table and jump straight into writing this morning. All we gotta do is write less than 1,000 words and then I'll hit my goal for this week's vlog. And I think this is gonna be the last of the cold brew that I have in my fridge. The good news is I have tons of coffee grounds that I can use in my Keurig to make hot coffee, and then I've just been putting that in my fridge and making my own iced coffee, which isn't exactly the same, but I've kind of gotten it down to a science and I've found like a version of it that I like. So basically, when I drink the rest of this, I won't die. I won't be happy, but I won't die. We'll see how I feel after I get the first 1,000 words or so on the page. That's the minimum for today, but if I'm feeling good, maybe we'll keep doing writing sprints today and get myself nice and ahead of schedule, because I like to plan ahead, basically plan for disaster later in the month if I get stuck or I just like get busy or I can't write, you know? I would always rather be ahead of schedule. So far I've written 207 words. This is why I do writing sprints, because when I'm just writing and I don't like feel a sense of urgency, like I need to finish before the time runs out, this is the kind of progress I get. But honestly, I am intimidated by chapter 20 because chapter 20 is a very, excuse me, big chapter. A lot of important things happen in it. A lot of things happen in it. Honestly, when I go back to revise, I might end up breaking this into a couple of different chapters because there's just like so many different things that end up happening in it. It makes sense. We're at 40,000 words. This is like the midpoint of the book, and this is a really big thing that happens. So I'm expecting this chapter to be very long and I'm intimidated by it. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a writing sprint. I've written like 450 words now just to hopefully get like a good chunk out, but also my characters, like I'm sure you guys can relate when you're writing and your characters just start kind of slowly going in a different direction than you were intending and you're just like, wait, what's happening? Like, this is not at all how I planned this scene, but it's just going that way. Like, now my characters like want to get it on. I'm like, guys, we don't have time for this. So we're gonna do a sprint. I actually think I'm gonna do a 15-minute one and we'll see if this is the one, if we can just get to 40,000 with this sprint. I'm currently at 39,435, so like 500 words. Let's do it. Okay, I just finished my sprint. I actually can't remember where I started from, so I don't know how many words I wrote, but in total that I've added today, 1,008, which means our word count is currently 40,050. So I hit my minimum word count for today. I feel like I want to at least finish the scene that I'm writing right now. Not necessarily right now, but today. Okay, so I wrote a little bit more. I'm now at 40,219, and I also adjusted my plan on Pacemaker just to see how many words I was gonna need to write a day to reach 80,000 by the end of April. You can set your plan to stay the same every single day or to adjust based on your progress. So I changed it to adjust based on my progress. So now it's saying I need to write 1,531 words per day to finish on time, which is doable. It's actually less than the NaNoWriMo standard word count, which is like 1,667 words per day. So yeah, I'm not quite done with the scene. I'm gonna keep working on it. But that actually made me feel better. I thought I was behind in terms of NaNoWriMo, but I'm actually not. So we're good. Okay, so I finished writing the chapter. I know I said this is gonna be like a super long chapter, but I think my problem was when I outlined this, I kind of just outlined a bunch of different things that was going to happen in this storyline and put them all in the same chapter. And honestly, I think this is going to span like 2 to 3 chapters. All of that chapter I just wrote only got to the first line of my outline for this chapter. So I ended up writing 1,662 words, which is great. Now it's going to be my goal to write over 1,500 words every day so I can stay on track at least. So our word count now is 40,700 exactly. It's only 10 o'clock this morning. It's a Saturday. So I might write some more later, but I think this vlog has already gotten really long. So I'm going to end it here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next one. And the next one we're going to be hitting 50,000 hopefully, which will be very exciting because that's technically the goal for NaNoWriMo. And we just got to a really exciting part in the book. So we're finally past the 30,000s. So I feel like the 40,000s are the opposite for me. Like I really enjoy writing the 40,000s. So yeah, thanks for watching. All my links are down below in the description if you want to come follow me elsewhere, pre-order my book, see the previous videos in this series that I'm doing, or any other writing videos. If you're new here, maybe subscribe. I put up at least 2 new videos every single week. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments what you guys are doing. Are you working on a writing project? Are you just hanging out right now? Because that's totally cool too. Just let me know how you're doing. And I'll see you guys in my next video very, very soon. Bye.
So hit me. So hit me. So hit me. First a confession. With you, I feel a connection. With